Hello and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about factorization. We are going to solve the two questions on the screen. Okay, so let's dive into it. So the first thing we are going to do is to multiply the first term and the last term together. So that way, if we say 5x squared times 6, that will give us 30x squared. Then we bring out the number, the term in the middle, which is minus 13x. Good. So what we are actually looking for, we are looking for two numbers whose products, okay, will give us this 30x squared, and sum will give us minus 13x. So to do that, we have 30 and 1, because 30 times 1 will give us 30. Will give us 30. For now, let's leave the x squared. So we could also have 15 and 2, then 10 and 3. Okay. So out of all these pair of numbers, okay, because they all give us 30, but which one do you think is going to give us 13? Okay, for us to know that, just say 30 plus 1, that's 31. 30 minus 1, 29. The next one, 15 plus 2, 17. 15 minus 2, 13. The last, so 10 plus 3, that's 13. Then 10 minus 3, that's 7. And 3. Okay, because these are the two pair of numbers that give us 13. So at this point, it's always good to add and subtract for now, okay? Because we are not sure of the symbol, but from what I've done here, we have our 13. The next thing we are going to do is to know the signs. Like, are we having minus 10, minus 3, plus 10, plus 3, or minus 10, plus 3, and so on. So that's what we want to do now. Remember, we already know we have 10 and 3. So I will write these two numbers in 4 places, okay? Why am I doing that? Because these are the conditions we could have. For instance, we could have plus, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus, then minus, plus, okay? These are the conditions that we could have. So now what I'm going to do, remember the second condition says the sum of these two numbers must give us minus 13. So the first one, 10 plus 3, obviously that will give us 13. The next one, minus 10 plus minus 3. This is going to give us minus 13. The next one, 10 plus 3. This will give us 7. And the last one, minus 10 plus 3. This will give us minus 7. Okay. So from this is what, from everything we have, this is the condition that gives us what we're looking for. Minus 10, minus 3. And minus 3x. So this is what we are going to use. So what we are going to do now is to remove this number in the middle. Then we put minus 10x and minus 3. So we have 5x squared minus 10x minus 3x plus 6. So what we do here is to group, okay? These two are together. These are also together, okay? So from the first group, we have, obviously, 5 will divide 5 here. 5 will also divide 10. So we have 5, then x is common to both. So we have x brackets x minus, then here we have 2 minus 3 will divide 3 here. 3 will also divide 6. So we have 3 brackets x, okay, minus 2. At this point, it is always important to check, okay? So what do I mean? Say 5x times x, we are still going to have 5x squared. Then 5x times minus 2, that will give us 10x. So this is correct. Then also minus 3 times x will give us minus 3x. Then minus 3 times minus 2 will give us 6. Additionally, at this point, what you have in the two brackets must be the same thing. You can see you have x minus 2 and x minus 2. Okay, so that is good. So what we do here, we pick our 5x and minus 3. One group. And also, you just pick one of these two. X minus 2. Okay. So you equate to 0 equals to 0. So you have 5x minus 3 equals to 0, or x minus 2 equals to 0. So here we have 5x equals to 3, and x equals to 3 over 5. So, or from here, x equals to 2, okay? So these are the two values of our x. Let's do the second question. So the same thing here, we say 6x squared times minus 2. That is going to give us minus 12x squared. Then the middle number here is x, okay? So two numbers that will give us minus 12x squared. So we have 12 and 1, 6 and 2, then 4 and 3, okay? So which one is going to give us? It's going to give us x or 1, okay? So which one of these is going to give us 6, okay, or just 1, okay? Because the coefficient of x here is 1. Look at 12 and 1. This is, if you add these two, you have 13. If you subtract, you have 11. If you add here, you have 8. If you subtract, you have 4. Here, if you add, you have 7. You can see, if you subtract, you have 1, okay, which is the coefficient of x here. So we are going with 4 and 3, okay, 4 and 3. So write this in 4 places. So the first one could be positive, positive, it could be negative, negative, positive, negative, then negative, positive. So if you add this, we are having 7. If you add minus 4 plus minus 7, we are having minus 7. If I add this, that's 4 plus minus 3, that is going to give us 1. Then here, if you add minus 4 to plus 3, we are going to have minus 1. So out of all this, which one is giving us 1? That is this, okay? So that means we have 4 and minus 3, okay? Plus 4 and minus 3. So what we are going to do is to remove the middle. Instead of that, we are going to write plus 4x and minus 3x. So we have 6x squared plus 4x minus 3x minus 2. So here we can see that 2 is going to divide 6 and also 4. So we write 2. Then both of the times have x, so 2x. So if you say 6x squared divided by 2x, what are we going to have? We are going to have 3x plus, here we have 2. Here, what is common to this? To nothing is common. So you see minus 1 bracket 3x plus 2. Okay, so like I said, here you can cross check 2x times 3x. That will give us 6x squared. 2x times 2, that will give us 4x. Minus 1 times 3x, that will give us 3x. Minus 1 times 2, that will give us minus 2. If you are not getting the same thing here, that means there is an error somewhere. The next thing, check the two brackets. If you have the same terms there, so you can see they are the same thing. So what we are going to do now is to say 2x minus 1. Okay, as these 2 and this minus 1. Okay, then you write one of this. So you have 3x plus 2. So equates to 0. 2x minus 1 equals to 0, or 3x plus 2 equals to 0. So we have x equals to 1 over 2, or x equals to 2 over 3, okay? So these are the two values of x. So we have come to the end of this video. If you've learned one thing or the other, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Then drop your opinion in the comment section. Then if any topic you would also like me to do a video on, let me know. Additionally, if there's any part of this video you don't understand, please comment, or you like me to do more examples on it, please let me know. Thank you and bye bye for now.